Welcome back, guys. I haven't been making videos much within the past few weeks because it's been really hot here in the Central Valley, and trying to save some money on gas because gas has gone up pretty high. And right here, you could kind of see my issue. My spring on my left foot, which is this side over here, the little spring clip inside broke, so it's not locking on right, or when you're trying to release it, it keeps on having it on closed, so you can't really release it. So you have to stick your hand in there or pull it and then pull the drive out. And with this spot right here being so tight, you can't just stick it in a screwdriver. So the best thing I found out was get a little bit, screwdriver bit, stick it in there, and then use a smallest wrench and just kind of stick it in there and do a couple loose turns until it's or crack the turn, and then just hand turn until you get it off. And then here's a little stupid spring that actually snapped. So I ordered some off of Amazon for pretty cheap, but the shipping is what's a killer. The shipping is pretty expensive. And if you watch the spring right there, I ordered three. I ordered three for the left and two for the right. And as I stuck in the correct one, I'm like, wait, it doesn't look right. And I switched it out to the right spring, and the right spring seemed like it fit better. But then you'll see later on at the end that the clip is not as strong, as tight, because right here you can tell the direction of the spring is the same as the one in my hand. So I'm gonna have to wait till this one snap, and then I'll fix it again. I could fix it, but I'll just be destroying the spring. And since the new one right now that I'm fixing, it's working good enough for now. Definitely will have to put the correct spring on it. But yeah, mine broke off pretty tight right next to the hole, so the pin kind of bent just enough so that you can't pull it out. And it's such a tight little spot that you can't just use a plier and pull it out or pry it out. So I'm trying to straighten it out a little bit, or give it a little bend so I can try to pull it out with the pliers. So I figure if I use the broken pin and try to push it out, maybe the little piece on the bottom will come out. And yeah, I kept on getting stuck, but eventually, after a couple tries, it finally did come out. And the top piece here is the hardest part because it's just enough on the left side of a bend that you can't pull it out to the right. And on the right side, it's completely L-shaped, so you can't pull it the other way. So the best thing I could do is try to bend the little tiny piece and pull it out to the right side. And here's what the new spring, of course, if you can tell from the first clip, it's backward because I used the right side versus the left side spring, just because for some reason it feel like it fit better. So if you don't bend down the end, it will not lock and it will not close right. So the only way to bend it down is to just hit it, and then it finally bent, and now you can actually play with it. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to switch it out eventually to the correct spring, which I still had 3 left. And I need to order 1 or 2 more on the right side because I used the right spring for the left side. Don't do that. So far, it's locking pretty good. It's not as tight as the one on the right, but the left side is locking, so at least I know that it's not gonna fly off or open or close too crazy. So I figure, yeah, it's good enough for right now. need to bend up this top piece so that way it could close right without falling off, and so I could put the cap back on. And it looks pretty good. It's not too bad. Put your clip back on. Put the other side back on. And then I kept on checking to see make sure if it's actually like working correctly before I reassemble everything. Yeah, sorry about that. That's the door in the back. It's I'm inside the garage and I had to open all the doors so I could get a little breeze because it is 105 today, so pretty damn hot. But yeah, hand tighten it and then use a tool to tighten it a little more so that way it doesn't fall off. Everything correct, working order, functioning pretty well. So within the past month or the last time I went fishing, I pretty much was pretty busy going to Big Sur, camping with my buddy, his girlfriend, and just kicking back, relaxing. No fishing, no craziness, and that's them in the background. We all kick back over there till late at night, and I like to have a little bit more open space, a little bit more level ground. But the crazy part is, over here at Big Sur, above Sand Dollar Beach, there's a lot of raccoons. So if you do camp there, watch out for raccoons. They will dig into your ice chest. Which one of my buddies, his girlfriend's dad's friend had his ice chest raided and some of his stuff gone through by the raccoons. So yeah, they'll make noises at night digging through a trash can, but yeah, it was interesting camping and no fire and no water. So if you do camp, bring water and check your fire area, see if they actually allow you to make campfires. But yeah, just went to Big Sur, had some fun, and then after Big Sur, I went back up to Courtright to pretty much just hang out, relax, enjoy the scenery, fly the drone a little bit around, and check out how high the water is. And the water has been dropping down pretty low. And testing out my new shoes, my new hiking boot. So far, I think I took them out to 4 or 5 trips, and they've been gripping really well and handling pretty good, and water's not getting in, and it's a good brand, Merrell. Very grippy, very comfortable. So I had it tested out on some rocks and slopes and water area, and it worked pretty well. And I just had to put this next picture in just for fun because one of my buddies laughed at it because of the rambutan right where the nuts are at. But yeah, these little chipmunk kept on like kicking back with me, so it was just interesting. And then after that, I went back down to Big Sur with a different buddy. We did 3 trails. We did the waterfall, which is a tiny trail. We did the cave part, which is another tiny trail, and then we did the loop by the beach next to the point. I forgot what it was, but it was like about a little over 1,000 miles, another 1,000 feet climb, and I think it was like 8 or 9 miles total. So our total round trip on this trip this day was about 11 miles, or close to 1,700 feet elevation climbing, which wasn't bad because we kept on like drifting off and on, off and on. So we got to the top here, and that's where we started, way over there on the other side. I guess it's called Point Sur or something. And then after that, I went back to Big Sur, not Big Sur, Bass Lake, and just kind of kick back, relax. Even though I'm right next to the water, I should have brought the kayak, but nah, too lazy. So I'll be back fishing on pretty soon. Thanks for watching.